Star 927. This is my vibe.
Precious Gem Baby Store is the new one-stop shop for all things beautiful for babies and mommies to be. Located upstairs, the Countryside Shopping Village in Unit Number 10, you can visit us during opening hours Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. or contact us at 325-9789. We have amazing inventory offering comfy maternity clothes and accessories for moms, plus clothes and toys and so much more for babies as well as toddlers and bigger kids. And that's not all. We also provide a wonderful play area for kids to be entertained while the adults shop. So as the Christmas season approaches, don't forget to check out our Christmas special, which is 10% off everything in the store from December 21st to December 24th during our extended holiday hours from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. For more information, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Precious Gem KY.
Every day is Christmas when you switch to beat this Christmas. You can win with beat a Merry Christmas. Spin and win with beat this Christmas. You can win with beat. Send the messages, be better than WhatsApp. Big bang chat. Free messaging too. Did you sell the customers? Can you hear voice calls non stop? Messaging up the thing like what you chat disappear on the spot. Activate the digital prime bundle to get free data to bit non-stop. Today is Christmas when you switch to beat this Christmas. You can win with beat a Merry Christmas. Spin and win with beat this Christmas. You can win with beat. Back full of electronics and sex. Only for cash to win once a bit. Big. Spring to win all kind of prizes, yeah. Start living, get living. Download it today. UCCI students, have you registered for classes in the spring 2021 semester? Class registration has been taking place from November 27th and will run until January 8th. And remember, classes start January 11th. So spring into action today. Visit ucci.edu.ky/myucci, or you can call 623-8224 or email admissions@ucci.edu.ky for more information. Champion House is back to normal opening hours and is better than ever. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Today, generally, is Medical Mondays, brought to you by Health City. But because we are on the home stretch of Christmas and the holiday season, I'm here on my own. So, Health City has taken their little break for the year, but they'll be back in January talking about all the good stuff that's going on in Health City. So, today, I will definitely need you guys to help me out if you wanted to. Call us at 943-3700. Can't wait to hear from you. Just call with anything, a question, a comment, to share some Christmas stuff, some holiday stuff. I'm going to be sharing some stuff today, so it's going to be a great show because I have lots of little tips and I just wanted to share some things with you, some Canadian stuff, some around the world stuff, and just things to keep us in the festive season, regardless of our situation. And that situation could be financial, social, whatever it is, but just to, just keep us in the festive season. And I heard someone say the other day, it was so funny. They said, "Oh, it was New Year's, then February, and then Christmas." I thought that was funny. It's not funny, not like ha ha, but right? It was New Year's, January, then it was February, and then all of a sudden, that was it. And here comes Christmas. So it just feels like we've literally missed the entire year. So it's okay. Like I've been saying from day one, just calm down. It's going to be all right. We're here. We're above ground. You're listening to me, you're driving along, you're paying attention, you're watching on Facebook, or you're, you know, in your car, and you're blessed. In some way, you're blessed. And I know we can think of the things that are wrong, that's wrong in our lives. We can think of what has happened that may not have necessarily, been good, but we can also bring into the midst of that some of the good things. So even if we just have to now start maybe even making a little list for ourselves to say, okay, what can I be thankful for? What am I blessed for? What am I what's a blessing in my life? And it might just need to get that simple. Just that simple, guys. Like honestly, to kind of drag you out of that doldrum, because you know what? This year is wrapping up, whether we like it or not, and we are going to be embarking on a new year. And so, yeah, let's get ready. Let's be ready for that new year, and all of the blessings that it will bring. So let's start counting our blessings. First thing I want to say to you, I want to give a little um, some motivational words on cash flow. Okay, and my friend wrote this book, about just blessings, right? And so she says, cash flow, money is like water. It is either in a vapor stage where you're grasping at air, or in liquid stage where it flows to your bills and to the things that make your life pleasant. It can also be in a solid, non liquid phase, such as investments. When you choose to work with money, let it flow in a responsible manner. Remember to pay yourself first. Remember to tithe 10% back to the source of your good fortune. And seed money is when you expect at least 10% from investing in future returns on investments such as business efforts, young people with promising futures, or community projects that help spread goodwill. Examine your relationship with money. You have the power to direct cash flow. That will be some advice that I will give us all as we embark on a new year and a new opportunity to do it better, or to correct some things that might have gone wrong, or whatever. We have a new year that we're embarking on, so that means we have a new opportunity to do it right. So there you go, cash flow. Literally, if you think you're broke, then that's how you're going to behave. If you think that you have nothing, then that's how you're going to behave. If you think that you have something and you think of your blessings, and you start like pouring that back in, that is how you're going to walk, that's how you're going to act, that's how you're going to behave. Like it really, really, really does work. So allow cash to flow through you as you choose, and get a healthy relationship with money. And in that way you can receive and circulate abundance. Okay, so abundance for all of us. And when I talk about abundance, I don't talk about wanting to be a millionaire, right? Being rich does not have an amount. Yeah, I think of being rich as having enough. So do you have enough? And you know is it enough for your life, for the things that you want, for the things that you need to achieve? That's what it is. So having a good relationship with money starts with the relationship in your mind, how you think of money, how you think of what being rich means. So I wish that for you, and I wish that for all of us, and I wish us the the opportunity to grasp this new year that we're embarking on, and be ready for it. And I pray that we all get into it safely and healthy and happy and joy filled. And that's it. Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to read something on Old Time Command, but I just wanted to tell you all, if you're interested in, say you have a business and you wanted to do like some 30-second reads, Star 92.7 can do that for you, or we can do it in Straight Talk for you, and for a very minimal cost. You can go ahead and call, or set that up check us out online, and it'll go kind of like this. It's me, Unique K-Man. Love the skin you're in with It's Me, Unique K-Man skincare and cosmetics. You are uniquely you. So remember to pamper and take care of yourself. Check us out on Instagram at It's Me, Unique K-Man for information and to take a look at our products. No hassle shopping, free skin consultation, and all items delivered straight to your door. Treat yourself this year with It's Me Unique K-Man skincare and cosmetics. So you can go ahead and check that out too. That was just like a little trial. But It's Me Unique K-Man skincare and cosmetics. Check them out on Instagram. And for Problem Skin, they've just kind of reported that the products are amazing and so much improvement. You can check it out and see all the before and after type stuff. So yeah, definitely you want to do that. But if you'd like me to do that for your business or start to do that for your business, those 30-second reads just to let your let your brand be known or let your business get some exposure. Because remember, the new year, opportunities are coming, so you want to be ready. Tywell Construction Limited. Are you ready? Are you in the market for home improvement? Whether it's refurbishing, renovating, or building from the ground up, Tywell Construction can help you build your dream. With top carpenters, masons, and master tilers on the team, they are ready to complete your project with expertise and professional finishing. So in the new year, if you're looking for some improvements, get more bang for your buck, and call them at 324-9460. 324-9460 for your estimate and build your dream from the ground up. Tyrell Construction Limited. They are waiting to help you create your dream project. There you go. So if you're interested in that, that would definitely be a really, really nice thing to get your business recognized and for just honestly like rock bottom prices, like really. So get in contact with us for that. Yeah. So if anyone's interested in just talking about something, having a conversation, comments, whatever, 943-3700. You are listening to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show, and I am your host, Catherine Tyson. And I am happy to be here this Monday, normally a medical Monday, but we are on the home stretch for Christmas. And so Health City is taking their year break because they work all year. They're not taking a break. Health City is up and running. It's just coming into the studio to talk about all of the great things that they're doing. Let me read this old Kimanian thing. I found this on the internet actually. Old time Kimanian Christmas long ago. Christmas in Cayman was joyfully celebrated as the most festive time of the year. Christmas was a time of awakening for the islands. At Christmas time, everyone came alive and the islands became vibrant with colors. Christmas was also the time of year when everyone came home. You see, the Cayman Islands boast a strong seafaring heritage. Many of the men left the islands once they were in their late teens in order to work with various shipping companies. It was their way of making a living. So when it was Christmas, the families of the Cayman Islands became very anticipated as they looked forward to the return of the seamen. This added how special the Christmas season was. The most remembered and most revered Christmas tradition is that of the sand yard. As many others in the world dream about white Christmas, people in the Cayman Islands also liked white Christmas. Of course, not possible with snow, as we are located in the tropics, but a white Christmas in Cayman meant snow white sand yards. From as early as late October, the women and children started gathering large amounts of sand from the beaches. Many Caymanians still remember back in sand. And that would be carrying sand from the beach on moonlit nights. The sand would then be brought back to the yard and put in even piles. On Christmas Eve morning, the piles of sand would then be swept across the yard, making it absolutely white. The newly swept sand was not allowed to be walked on until Christmas Day, as it was a special part of the season. A path of gravel would be laid from the gate to the front door, lined with conch shells to keep the gravel together. This would be used as the footpath to the house. Each year, the preparing of the sand yard stood as cakes and lights galore. The aim of the season was to please the palate with as much delights as possible. A very unique and special part of the Christmas food tradition was that for the children, parents and children would build a little hut out of the thatch in the yard. The little hut would be the children's Christmas house where they would cook and bake things of their own, just like their mom would in her kitchen. The kids look forward every year to having their own little hut for their festivities. Another special event took place in Cayman at Christmas that added to the excitement of the season: Christmas concerts. All the churches in the islands organized Christmas concerts that the children would take part in. At the concerts, the children would recite Christmas poems, which they had memorized. It was a time for much excitement, as this was also the occasion for new clothes, hats, and shoes. The main focus of Christmas was centered on the church. Coming from a strong Christian background, first thing Christmas morning in the Cayman Islands was filled with Christmas morning service. Everyone attended church on Christmas morning, where there was always a special Christmas service to be heard. How modern Christmas traditions were practiced in old Cayman Christmas trees. The first family in Grand Cayman to have a modern Christmas tree was Mrs. Ella Latter's family. She recalls, "My father James Hurlston worked for Moravian missionaries from Germany and Nicaragua. They believed a lot in trees and decorations. The missionaries ordered their Christmas trees from Germany each year, and we would get ours in the same lot. So, when we lived in Nicaragua, we had a real pine tree. In Grand Cayman, Dad would find a suitable tree and decorate that. Decorations for the Christmas trees came about in quite an interesting way. No decorations were sold on the island for modern trees, as many of the Caymanian people did not know about trees, so therefore decorations were handmade. Families used the pine cones from the casuarina trees to make decorations. The pine cones were covered in different colored foil and hung on the tree as ornaments. Houses were decorated with the Christmas blossom that can be found here on the island. The blossom only blooms around December. It is a tiny red flower. It was used to add color to the house. They were put in all corners of the house. Santa Claus made his first appearance in Cayman around 1901. The seamen brought the tradition home. They carried home the tradition from their travels. The children would look and wait for him all day and all night until they fell asleep. Children would also place special stockings above their parents' bed on the bed because they had no fireplace. The stockings would then be filled with all sorts of goodies like candy, apples, fans, fire rockets when the children woke up in the morning. And I remember all the stories about the fruit that children would get for Christmas. So, like, apples weren't plentiful. So, if children got a beautiful, big, shiny red apple, they were so happy. Like, that was one of the best gifts. I love that because we've come away so much from that. And it's all about, money and just how much can you spend. And some children aren't happy with what you give them. And I didn't want that. And I don't like this. And they'll throw it down. And I remember when my children were small and they were counting gifts. I remember one day I heard them say, "I only have 15." And it literally was like a wake up call for me. I was like, "Uh-oh, hold on a second. You're saying you only have 15? This one has 17, this one has 18." I was like, "All right, so here's what I need to do. We will not be doing that anymore. We will not be counting 17 gifts. What y'all doing with 17 gifts?" So I started to then scale back on gifts that I would give them, because what would happen is people would come over to the house, or you'd go visit, houses and people, and of course they'd have something for your children. And you'd see, like, they'd open the gift and they'd start playing with it. 2 seconds later, they throw it down and they're on to the next thing. So it's almost like it was just about what they could get, what they could get, what they could get. And then I started paying attention to, that little dollar store clay set. It was like $1, $2. And they would play with that for 20 minutes, having the best time. I thought, okay, there's the secret right there. So we've really come very far from, what I just read about, our history. And I think this might be a perfect time for us to actually, start looking at stuff like that. Like, I think so. I think that'd probably be a really good time to just basically say, hey, here's what we need to be doing now to ensure that, Christmas is really about what it should be about. Yeah. and not about how much I can get or how much I didn't get, and kind of having that almost that little bad spirit with our children. So I was looking online and I saw a couple of things and I thought I'd want to share this with you. So after a long, difficult year, these are favorite budget-friendly ways to make the holiday season special. So after a full year of changes and uncertainty, the holiday season can be an exciting time, but it can also be a scary time. But of course, the pandemic is far from over. It's been a trying year for many. So classic holiday celebrations might look a little different this year, and that's okay. So rather than carrying on as normal, this Christmas is a great time to mix things up and try new holiday traditions. So if your Christmas dinner has fewer guests this year, skip the whole ham, try a delicious new menu, possibly. If the budget is tight, don't stress with the gifts, turn gifts and stockings into a fun game. Try to focus less on and buying for each other as opposed to spending more quality time with each other, right? So, and I think with that, we might come away from that with new traditions, right? That have enriched our families' lives. So we can start a new family tradition. So after this crazy year, we could use some extra quality time. This season, start a new Christmas tradition, get the whole family involved. Maybe you could order matching pajamas, or you can make some. You could start a New Year's calendar to see, what January is going to look like, what February is going to look like. Start putting in activities for family, like each month, every third Thursday or something. You could fill a gratitude jar. Everybody put in what they're grateful for and read it on Christmas Day. So the traditions don't have to be expensive or elaborate. All you have to do is carve out a few hours and spend the time doing something fun together. I think we could all use some of that. So instead of the big, traditional dinner that's sometimes quite expensive, how about serving a non-traditional dinner? It's okay to skip the traditional dinner. If we can't afford the ham, we can't afford the turkey, we're expecting fewer guests, we could look at doing something different. Um, I know one year a family invited us over and they had Cornish hens. They had like 8 Cornish hens instead of the big turkey. That was very interesting, and it was very tasty. It was very nice, but it was also less expensive than a turkey, and I thought that was really really good. Get the kids involved too with making something on the menu. So if you're doing like a potluck, you might, tell one family that the kids have to make the potato salad or something like that. That might be interesting. Another suggestion, wrapping gifts in fabric. So wrapping gifts is one of the favorite pre-Christmas traditions that we all have, but wrapping paper is horrible for the environment, of course, and it can't be recycled. So, you could think about other things, using fabric instead of paper, fabric bags or patterned wraps that can be used year after year. And you'll save a fortune not buying new rolls of gift wrap each season. Very creative idea, like that. You can host a virtual gathering with your family that's abroad. So you have family that's abroad. I know I have family in the US, and they've not been able to travel here. We haven't been able to go there. So a virtual gathering might be good. So, do Zoom, gather the family on Zoom and have everyone decorate cookies together or something, or, um, open gifts together. So they're opening theirs, you're opening yours, and, maybe you could even have a game on Zoom with the family. You might be able to have family from, I have family in maybe 3 different places, so maybe I could have them all involved. So yeah, that's very interesting. I know I was teaching on Zoom for months and months and months with Passport to Success during the pandemic. So I know how to use that. Get to know it. It is an easy, easy tool and it's so convenient. So that's a good idea for the family that you have abroad that you might not have thought, how am I going to spend this time with them? You probably thought I'd call them, right? But Zoom is actually a really good idea. And there's a Netflix has this party app that you can watch a classic holiday movie together. I'll tell you a little bit more about some holiday movies that, some nice picks in a little bit. But yeah, So host that party. That party is awesome. Um, I remember I was invited to a party. A couple of friends had this virtual birthday party, and we were commenting on Netflix, as we were watching the movie. That was actually quite interesting. So you can host a party on Netflix. Wouldn't that be good? Yeah. Decorate like grandma. Your grandma's favorite vintage decor trends are back in style. You should totally be decorating with them this year. Ceramic Christmas trees have made a huge comeback. And there are some affordable options you can order online if you've not done that yet. It might be late for us. Um, but there might be some old fashioned stuff that you thought was old fashioned tinsel and all that. We use it. If your grandma has, those elaborate gifts or elaborate decorations, you can go ahead and get them from her. And she will love that. She'll love the sentimental aspect, and she'll love you using her stuff because we're always saying, "Oh, that's old fashioned." I'm getting that a lot. No, it's old fashioned. We're going to use something more modern. Well, this is the year to pull it back because this is a very creative year. I think this is a good time for us to be creative. Another thing that you could do is give back. So, give back to the community. This is a favorite way of a lot of people to celebrate the season. And you could volunteer somewhere. I was talking to Meals on Wheels. I had them in the studio. It was in the turkey, yeah. So November, it was Turkey Trot, and they're always looking for volunteers, especially for Christmas Day. So give them a call and see if you can go ahead and be involved with that. That is such a great, charity. I mean, I love that. Just the seniors that love visits and people coming and seeing how they're doing, and that would be great. What about adopt a family program? There might be a family that you know about that may need something, and while you're doing your little grocery shopping or your holiday shopping, you might want to pick up a couple of things for them. You could help to buy or wrap gifts for people. Um, Even if you're doing something already, maybe you can add something to it. If you're a big brother or a big sister, or consider being a big brother or big sister, but if you are one, have that child over to your house for Christmas. If you know children that are in care, and they might not have their natural families to be with, maybe that might be something that you want to get involved with, right? You'll never regret helping people. That just feels great. So, definitely that will be something. Or you can arrange to go caroling. I remember going caroling when I was a little girl in New York. Imagine New York, where it's not safe door to door, and we go caroling. So if it can be done in New York, I think we can do that here. I don't hear any carolers outside. I might have to put together a band or something. If you're interested, let me know. We can get it together and go caroling Christmas Eve. I think that'd be awesome. I think I'm going to talk to my kids about that. I can see them now. Oh boy, here's our ideas. Because I come up with them and I go, come on, we got to do it. And this is the year for it because it's been a really, really tough year for us. We can adopt a new cultural celebration. We have a lot of cultures in Cayman, and a lot of people from different cultures in different countries, and maybe we might want to, kind of, if not enlist those friends from those places, we might just want to be involved. We might want to visit their homes or invite them to ours, and have them bring a dish or have them bring one of their traditions. Because everyone celebrates the holidays differently. We know that, and the holiday season. Christmas is no different, and so a lot of people have meaningful traditions that they're not able to celebrate this year because their family is so far away. So, what about being involved with them and seeing what they're up to, right? Um, yeah, because I know we have a lot of Philippine friends, and we have friends from India, friends from other islands, Truce, Guyana. I mean, you name it. And so why not? Kind of get them on board or get on board with them and just make this make this a real festive season for everybody. Even though we're in Cayman, but we're still able to, have fun with other cultures. I think that'd be great. you could play a new Christmas game. So they have a game called White Elephant Gift Exchange, which is known also as a Yankee swap. There are other fun holiday themed games you can introduce the family to this year. One of the favorites is Past Present, or the Left Right game, and so everyone brings a small funny gift. Uh, Typically, you set a limit, so $5. It's not a very expensive thing. And they wrap it however they like. And everyone sits around the table with their own gift in front of them as a poem is read out loud. So every time the word right is read, you pass the gift in front of you to the right. When the word left is said, you pass it to the left. And at the end of the game, you unwrap the gift in front of you and guess who brought the gifts. We just had this at a staff party. We just had this game where everybody got a number. And so if you're number one, you pick the first, you know, gift off the table. You open it. You like it. It's great. Number two goes, picks a gift off the table, decides if they want the one from you or they want that they're picking. So it's picked, and then somebody came and stole it from you. So, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And so these are some ideas that we can actually get involved with this Christmas, just to pick things up and just to have a good time and just feel our blessings and not kind of look at the things that we're not having this year, but to create new things. You're listening to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show, and this is Catherine Tyson, your host. I'm going to take a quick break, but thank you so much for joining me. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
The phone lines are now open. 943-3700. More straight talk to come on Star 927.
Kirk Freeport's Black Friday weekend sale is bigger than ever, with up to 70% off an incredible selection of watches, jewelry, and accessories. Even better, Kirk Freeport is giving extended access to the sale all day Thursday through Monday. Find the sale at Bayshore Mall and Cardinal Avenue, or enjoy late night shopping in the Strand until 9 p.m. Get unbeatable discounts from brands including Roberto Coin, Swarovski, Bulgari, Masika, Tubbs, Ippolita, Lagos, Fossil, and many more. Plus, take an additional 10% off all non-branded sale merchandise. It's Black Friday all weekend at Kirk Freeport. Visit KirkFreeport.com for full details.
Burger King soy. The perfect burger is ready. Very well. Tell me. It's a quarter pounder with melted cheese and mayo. You see, the simplicity is what makes it. And another patty. Another? Sawyer. That will make it a half pounder. And bacon. Bacon? Crispy onions.
Burger King has gone wild and brought back the Steakhouse Kid. 2 quarter-pound flame grilled beef patties, thick-cut bacon, A1 thick and hearty sauce, crispy onions, melted cheese, and mayo. Only $7.50 or $10.35 for the combo, and only at Burger King for a limited time.
Christmas miracles do come true. Renegade, Execution Rentals, and FM Pro presents Enchanted.
Baby, when the bright lights start to fade,
Saturday, December 26th at Coral Beach. Music by Selector Renegade, Joshy Vibes, DJ Craig, and DJ Diesel. Come get enchanted as we transform Coral Beach. Cabanas, VIP and vault service will be available. Tickets are now pro.ky. Come get enchanted Saturday, December 26th at Coral Beach. Constant different step up on them. What's Christmas without fireworks? The big red and white tent is back and ready to serve you. Located in front of Country and Western, they have the best prices on island with large and new stock. Get more bang for your buck. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Later hours on Saturday and Christmas Eve. Also open on Sundays. Credit and debit cards accepted. Get your fireworks at the big red and white tent located in front of Country and Western. Welcome back to Straight Talk on Star 927.
And welcome back to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show. Catherine Tyson, your host. And generally it's Medical Mondays, but Health City has taken their much needed break from the radio. They're still functioning, doing all the stuff that they do. But yeah, so they are going to be back in January. So we are here talking about our stuff. So yeah, if you've been listening, We're just talking about some of the Christmas, things that we can do differently this year, just for us to kind of get through it and just to be creative about, uh, you know, um, what this year has brought us, but to be creative and create some new things, but also to just enjoy the season because the season is just amazing. So if you haven't driven around the island yet for lights, go ahead and do that. Those of you who know some places that maybe we've missed, why don't you give us a call 943-3700 and tell us where we can, we can go to see what we can find because we might be missing something. That would be nice if you're able to find some nice, lights that are out there. Like I said, I am going to be doing a caroling thing. I just got that harebrained idea, and I'm going to be developing that on my way home. So I just text my little family, say, all right, get ready. Christmas Eve, we might be by your door, caroling. I can't wait. I'm excited. I really am. I remember this tradition many, many years ago. So look at that. What about Christmas concerts coming up? Anybody have any information on that? I'm going to look that up and tell you about that tomorrow, so we can, see what's going on out there so that we can get involved and know that most of the churches have most beautiful Christmas concerts and beautiful, caroling and in the churches and just the nativity story, everything. So good. All right, so a couple of others wanted to add to the list that I was talking about. Draw names for gifts. There's some creative ways to do things, right? So this year has been hard. We know it's been hard. It's been added financial stress. And I know some of you have made the announcements to your family, like, listen, this is how it's going to be. And so you can totally skip it this year. It doesn't have to. You don't have to be forced to do anything, right? But if you wanted to still give something, to cut down on cost, while keeping things fun, you could draw names for stockings and gifts and set a price limit for each person. So you can keep the names a secret until the gifts are open and have each person guess who their gift giver was in a secret Santa style. Do that. Yeah. And that might be a little tougher. I guess everybody still wants to get mom something or dad something. But yeah, I think this year gives us a bly a little bit. So it's cool. I mean, goodness gracious, we're just happy to be alive. We're happy to be, COVID free. We're happy to just be in a place where, safety was a priority, and we're all good. Thank goodness. So yeah, let's not let's not go into Christmas stressed. And this week, man, I just came from out there in the traffic and people. I don't know what's happening out there, but everywhere I went, I mean, I was trying to find a detour every place because everywhere I went, it was just like everybody was parked. And I'm like, okay, can I go around this one? Can I go around that? But oh no, everywhere. So I don't know if you're out there kind of, stressing yourself about those gifts, but calm down. Everybody just calm down. It's okay. It's going to be all right. We got a few days. If you haven't done it yet, it's okay. It probably doesn't need to be done. They know you love them. It's not about the stuff. Remember, life was very uncertain a few months ago, and it's still uncertain. We still don't know what the rest of the world's doing, what's going on with them. So yeah, don't get yourself all out of whack. So ease up that traffic a little bit. If you're off work, I mean, go home, rest yourself, decorate your house or something. If you're off, I mean, if you're working, get back to work. You're probably going in late because you're in that traffic. So just calm down. Another great idea is to give practical gifts. It's never fun to open a gift you know you won't use. I don't know about you, but sometimes you get these gifts, right? Especially when you can't return it or you don't want to return it. Um, Sometimes you want to re-gift it, but you don't want to re-gift it because you don't want the person to know you gave it to someone else because there'll be that moment where you're like, oh, where's that thing I gave you? And you're just like, yeah, that thing. And then your mom walks in with it. Oh, I love that thing you gave me. The person's like, oh, so you gave my gift away? So, that's the problem. In past years, people will just buy stuff, splurge on things. But right now, we're not in that splurging situation. So, this financially stressful year, you don't want to spend money on something you know won't be used, and the recipient would much rather receive a gift that's helpful to them. So, this year, consider switching things up. Rather than guess what people want or will use, ask your family members to make a Christmas list of practical gifts instead. Think a meal kit subscription service to cut down on grocery bills, right? That's interesting, right? A gift certificate for a hardware store, gift certificate for a restaurant, right? Some type of kitchen appliance that needs to be replaced, a gift card for something that would be good. Yeah, something like that. Um, they have a lot of restaurants that are delivering. What about that, right? So those are really, really interesting things. So those are some of the things that I would suggest. That I did find them online, and I thought, wow, I added a couple of my own, but I think they're great. Got some good ideas myself from that. So I promised you that I would tell you some Christmas movies, and yeah, this is crazy. I love this. I love this list here. So if you have, you have like a kind of a movie love, but you don't know what to watch this Christmas or in this Christmas season, here are some movies that I'm going to give you some ideas about. So 34th, the Miracle on 34th Street. That's a um, like a traditional movie that people love to watch. So that's a good one. The Preacher's Wife. Remember The Preacher's Wife with Denzel Washington, Whitney Houston, Courtney B. Vance, and the late Gregory Hines and Penny Marshall. That was awesome. And the late Whitney Houston. Um, the Grinch, not the Grinch, Jim Carrey Grinch. It's another Grinch. It came out 2018. That's on the list. The Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2. Those are good. Love Actually. I've actually never seen that. I've actually never seen Love Actually, so I think I'm going to actually say it because it always comes up on Christmas lists. So there's Krampus. There's a movie called Krampus. And one of my all time favorites is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Have you guys ever seen that? Well, if you've not seen it, you're going to have to just try find a way. You will be laughing, like literally crying and laughing because it's crazy from start to finish. This Chevy Chase, if anyone knows who Chevy Chase is, he's a comedian and he is absolutely hilarious. So that's been one of my favorite Christmas movies. That is a tradition that we must watch on Christmas Day. And now my children just do it because they feel sorry for me. It works, whatever. I'm fine with that. Um, but it's just hilarious. You got to see it. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's from 1989. Imagine how long I've been laughing at this thing, and the jokes are still as funny as the death. I actually know what's going to happen next on everything. So we're doing word for word. Um, Another one, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. Mickey's Christmas Carol. Of course, anything with Mickey should be good. Mickey Mouse. The Night Before. And of course, Home Alone, any of those. But Home Alone, the first one, 1990. Home Alone is incredible. We were watching that the other night, and we're going to watch it again. I'm sure we're going to watch it a couple of times because we have children in the family, and so that is always you can put that on and not a pin drops because too busy watching Kevin and his antics, right? So Home Alone, Frosty the Snowman, The Best Man Holiday, it's a good one. Scrooged, and that's with Bill Murray. The Santa Claus, You remember Tim Allen from Home Improvement? He is the Santa Claus, of course. That was from 1994. That's a classic, also. There's one called Black Christmas, and that was from 1974. So that sounds like a good one to at least go and take a look at. The Ref, another 1994. So like during that time, those were some good ones coming out. Let's see what else. Happy Christmas. The Muppets Christmas Carol, also from 1992. That is a really, really beautiful movie. Uh, the Muppets are they're so adorable, but they're so smart. They're so funny, and you remember those days when it was just such a wholesomeness going on, and that kind of just takes you back to that, and you just wish your children nowadays, were able to have these types of very wholesome moments in their lives and stuff. I just think sometimes it's just overkill for our children these days. So just take us back to that would be nice. So watch that. That'd be good. A Christmas Horror Story, also. Let's see, Let It Snow. That's from 2019. That's a newer one. White Christmas from 1954. That's really good. Another very traditional Christmas movie that I think would be, very good. That's Bing Crosby is in that, so I want to see that. Rosemary Clooney, Danny Kaye, all the greats. Anna and the Apocalypse. While You Were Sleeping. Does anyone remember While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman? Oh my goodness, that was such a good one. That was when Sandra Bullock she wasn't as, a big star yet, but she did so well in that. So yeah, that was a good one where she was, I think she was engaged to one of the brothers, and then when she came to, I don't know, it's kind of some brother situation, but it was very, very cute, very funny. And Bad Santa. Bad Santa would have to be hilarious because Bernie Mac was in it. So come on, Bernie Mac. Just Bernie Mac standing in front of you, you're laughing and crying. So Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton and Bernie Mac. Want to see that for sure. The Man Who Invented Christmas. Well, who wouldn't want to see that one? You want to see who invented Christmas, right? That must be interesting. So that would be a good one. Just giving you a list here that I've found online that they are like the top Christmas movie picks. Batman Returns, and that was 1992. I tell you, the 90s, man, the 90s is when it was happening, and that's Michael Keaton. I thought, and Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito. I thought that Michael Keaton was hands down the best Batman so far. You guys agree with that or no? I think he was brilliant because he's funny and he's such a great actor. Uh, some of the young people, when we have conversations with young people these days, they have no idea about anything. Like they don't know who any of these people are, and I just think, my goodness, when did 20 years fly by? Like seriously. Yeah, another classic, The Bishop's Wife, 1948. I hope you guys are making note of some of these because these are really, you if you've not seen them, they might be really, something interesting that you could start, like with, in your family to start watching these things. Of course, Elf was very funny with Will Ferrell. He's, him. So Elf, good one. Christmas in Connecticut, 1945. A Christmas Carol, 1951. White Reindeer, good one. A Christmas Tale, not 1951, but kind of a bit ago as well. Gremlins, 1984. So that one is a Christmas movie. Trading Places. Anybody remember Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd? Um, that one and Jamie Lee Curtis. Trading Places. A lot happened around Christmas time in that movie, and that movie still gets me. Like, wow, where you can, you can go from being a millionaire one day and then losing everything. And what do you do? It really ended up showing like the, you know, just the goodness of a man, right? Like the goodness inside of you, as opposed to having everything, and you have everything, you're surrounded by all these people, and then all of a sudden you have nothing, and then no one's there for you. So is are the people that are surrounding you, does it have to do with what you have, or does it have to do with who you are? That is very, very interesting. So Trading Places, I'd suggest that one this year, if for those of you who haven't seen it, because it probably is a good year to look at that because of what we've gone through, you know, and where some of us might have been in January of 2020 versus December of 2020, and if there are any similarities in your life where you might feel like you've lost so much, and you kind of you're face down right now, but to just see the the richness of life, like what life is really about. What is life really about? So maybe that might be something you want to take a look at. Yeah, I'd suggest that. If you're feeling kind of down in yourself and you're feeling like, you know, I'm at my worst, I'm at rock bottom, I don't know what's going to happen, where I'm going with it. First of all, I'm just going to encourage you, it's going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You got to start changing your mind right now. Right now, your mind is what's going on. So you got to start changing that. Um, Getting grateful, practicing that gratitude, finding the people that are not looking for anything from you. They just want you, and surround yourself with them. That's the first thing I'd say. Surround yourself with them. you know know that it's going to be okay. Know that your feelings are valid for sure. um, but also just kind of looking at that glass half full instead of half empty. Very important. So I suggest, yeah, go pick up Trading Places. Not only would it are you going to laugh to pieces, because Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd are just amazing, amazing comedians, but the story behind it is a really good story. So, and what it says is that you can come back. You can absolutely come back. Where there's life, there's hope. Okay, so believe that, believe it, because it's the truth, right? Um, yeah, and of course, the Grinch, the day the Grinch stole Christmas. That's just a classic that we have to watch. Who's that? Jim Carrey's in that. Little Women is also good. Um, and Edward Scissorhands, if you remember Edward Scissorhands. Jingle Jangle is a more recent one. Um, that's on Netflix. You can go ahead and check that out. Arthur Christmas is also good. Always love Arthur Christmas. And Die Hard. Who remembers Die Hard? 1988. Bruce Willis when he was in his prime, and Alan Rickman, who is the best movie villain almost of all time. Him and Scar and the Lion King they're at the top of best villains ever, ever. So Die Hard is a really good kind of Christmas movie, because remember, he was trying to get home to his family. He was trying to get home to his family the whole time. Bruce Willis. Um, yeah. So very feel good movie at the end of it, and talking about community, how community kind of works to um to help each other during this time. And Charlie Brown Christmas, of course, can't do it without Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's amazing. I always love that whenever I watch anything to do with him. I don't know if you guys seen this one. It's called The Nightmare Before Christmas. Also in the 90s. Man, I tell you, those were the days, man. The kids that were born and grew up in the 90s, you guys, y'all must feel so lucky. Like, I mean, that was a time. That was definitely a time. Wow. Okay. So the Jim Carrey one is Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Not the night, but how the Grinch stole. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That seems like that's 1967. I'm trying to find the Jim Carrey one. What is that one? That one called? Um, and of course, It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah. But that one with Jim Carrey, you definitely have to go take a look at for sure. All right, so there you go. There is your little Christmas list that I'm quite excited about sharing because it is, um, I'm a movie buff, so I love watching movies. And yeah, Christmas time, it's a really good time to gather the family around, make some hot chocolate. Yeah, get some marshmallows, right? Pop them in there, or maybe you can even bake cookies with the family. That's always good too. If you have young children or just young people around you, just get them involved with something. Get them off their phones. I'm going to say that again. Get them off their phones. Yeah, that again. And get them involved. So let them help with the decorating of the house or the cleaning up or the baking the cookies or you know picking the movie, playing a board game, right? Maybe you could even have a Christmas cookie competition. Yeah, see who can up their game with the Christmas cookies and milk. Get your family involved. This is the year of all years. We didn't think we'd have such a year. We've come to the end. We're blessed. So this is a time when we can gather our family around and pull strength from each other, right? And just be grateful. Be grateful that we made it. We made it here. And yeah, like that's it. We made it here, so we're gonna start focusing on what we're blessed about, what we're happy that we are, we have things that we can be thankful for, and so that's going to be the focus. That is going to be the focus, right? Of of our our new festive season, uh, the things that we're we're blessed. We're blessed with and we're thankful for. Thank you so much for. I have a nice comment here about the Christmas list on Facebook. So it's a great Christmas movie list. Yeah, right. Get ready because we're watching. My family. So you know. But yeah, but definitely. So let's start those new traditions if we haven't started them, um, and start to value the quality time, especially because quality time is what matters at the end of the day. Um, Quality, not quantity. So stop worrying about the money that you don't have. If you have enough money to pay your bills, have enough money to put food on the table, you have enough. And the people that love you will understand that. And the people that don't understand that, well, they might be the people that you need to start doing some inventory about. Okay? So that's inventory saying, okay, maybe you are not the person that's supposed to be in my space. Love you, but I'm going to be over here and you can be over there. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that, right? Not wish them harm, not try to do them harm, just cross the street. We'll be over here. And that's it. That's the inventory because that's how you're going to be saving yourself, rescuing yourself, right? But gather your people around, make your nice plans, get ready for Friday. It is almost here and it's going to be beautiful. And whatever it is that you do together is really going to value more than anything that you could have done. Anything that you could have done or that you could have bought, that time together is going to mean more. So get those board games, um, you know, put together that Christmas tree together if you haven't done that, and get ready to enjoy the festivities of just being alive, being blessed, and thankful that we made it. We made it. We did. Yeah. So We will be back tomorrow to talk a little bit about gratitude because gratitude is so important. I have a couple of guests that will be joining me. Hopefully, some young people will come on and talk about what they're grateful for because really it's about gratitude. It's about, bringing yourself, looking in the mirror and saying, what can I really be thankful for? And looking at that cup that we have, that glass half full. And when we start thinking of it like that, we just open ourselves to bringing more blessings. So remember, money is like water. As I started the show with, money is like water. So how are you going to start willing it to you and to your life? Because it is your relationship with it. It's the way you think about it. And so that's how you're going to bring that positivity in with you. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. Really appreciate that. Hope you guys are either home safe or you're almost there. And I hope that you had a good time. You got some good tips, and you're going to start creating your own traditions, and you will share them with me. Hopefully tomorrow. You can always call us 943-3700. This is Catherine Tyson, and I bid you a good night. Have a great evening.
If you gonna let go, yeah. You said they watch how I move, yeah. You said they
Surprise, baby, it's just me. Don't be surprised, boy, when I come and
I needed some with some bop in it. I got me a Billy. I did it for Jiffy. I'm still with you. Top of hot. Star 927. Connect to the culture. Alexa, do you love me? Are you writing?
I don't have